Now that seems to be everything inside the box. Pretty nice unboxing, pretty unique, pretty secured. All of the accessories that you will be needing will come with the box. Now first impressions with the mouse, it felt very light as soon as I picked it up. It is crazy how light this felt without the holes. I don't see a lot of mouses that if you buy there won't be skates applied, and I actually kinda like that. I mean, it does come with skates, the mouse. It did come with the wide ones and the small ones if you like. Yeah, I really like the way they didn't include any skates pre-installed. I kinda like that. But before we actually go ahead and focus more on the mouse, I wanna go ahead and talk a little bit about the dongle. It is very unique. I kinda like it. It is like clear. You can kinda see through it. And it also has this pattern. Now this should be the standard 8K receiver, so we're gonna go ahead and test it out later more, the polling rate. But yeah, very nice dongle. It also has this anti-slip pad, making it not slippery. Very nice. I have no problems with the dongle. Now let's go ahead and talk about the mouse over here. It is made out of plastic, and again it felt very light even without any holes. I like it. Now I got the white variation over here. You can also get the black variation, and they do have a lot of different models. They do have the MAD R, they do have the MAD R Major, they do have the MAD R Major Plus. It might get confusing, but gladly they do have this chart showing the differences of each model. Now I got the MAD R Major over here, not the Plus variation. The Plus variation, from what I can see, is the battery life. That's the only difference. And actually the weight as well. The larger battery probably increased the weight of the mouse, which is pretty understandable. So if you want the lower weight, lighter weight, you should definitely go for the non-Plus version, which I got over here. I'm pretty sure I got the non-plus version. Now for the coating, they're calling it the super fine ice filling coating. Now it actually does feel pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, pretty grippy. I like it. Not gonna lie, one of the best coatings I've had. I probably don't need any grips on this, but yeah, it did come with some grips. Very nice if you just want that. But yeah, I have no problems with the grips or the coating of this. Very nice. Now for the build quality, this is made out of plastic and it is actually really solid. Wow, considering the lightweightness, this is solid. What? Very durable. I like it. Now let's go ahead and proceed to the clicks. Here's a little sound test. Now I think the mouse sounds pretty good. I have no problems with it. Sounds pretty nice and feels pretty good as well, the clicks. Now the clicks, these are the Omron light fretting. Now that's what I see they're calling it, and it's apparently 3 times higher speed than traditional mechanical fretting. Now in some websites I also see them calling it Omron optical micro switch. So optical switches, they probably will use light. Very nice. There will be no double clicking with these switches. I really like that, and they also feel pretty good. And as you can see, they are pretty instant. No pre-travel, almost little to no post-travel. I like it. The switches actually feel pretty consistent. Now for the scroll wheel, they're saying it's the F-Switch E10 flagship. So that's what they're using over here, but it is rubberized, as you can see. Also pretty defined steps. I have no problems with it. It's not too hard, not too light. I like him. Very grippy, and it's also very easy to spam the click. Very nice. Now for the side buttons, these side buttons are actually not that bad. They are pretty instant, very little to no post-travel. There's pretty much no pre-travel. I love it. I also definitely like the coating and the finish they did for the side buttons over here. Not the glossy ones. I've seen, the glossy ones. No problems with the side buttons. Very nice. Now let's go ahead and talk about the weight of this mouse. Now for the MAD R Major variation I got over here, they claim that it is around 36 grams. And for the Plus version, it should be around 42 grams. So that will be 6 grams heavier. But yeah, this should be 36 grams only. Let's go ahead and test that out. And by the way, these doesn't have any grips. Or skates, I meant. Okay. around 38.5 grams, pretty close to the 36 gram mark. Pretty lightweight. I have no problems with the weight of that. If you know me, I really love lightweight mouses like this mouse over here. Now let's go ahead and talk about the shape though. Now at first glance, it is pretty similar to the Sora V2. From what I can see, it's pretty well known. And from the first time I saw it as well, it is also pretty similar to the AJ159 Apex I have over here, as you can see. Now it is also similar to the Pulsar X2 wireless. And by the way, huge credits to illoshapes.com for the pictures, images, and the comparison. Very nice. Now I have 18 by 8 centimeter hands, and I really like how this mouse feels like. I'm kind of used to using mouses with similar shape. I really like the hump. I do have a kind of claw grip, palm grip, hybrid grip, but yeah, I do use the hump a lot over here, and I really like it. I find it very comfortable. I also really like the curves. It is not too aggressive like some other mouses I've tried. It is pretty nice, pretty gentle curves. I love mouses like that. But yeah, feels pretty comfortable, no problems with them. Now let's go ahead and talk about the responsiveness and the performance of this mouse. Now the MAD R Major variation I got over here should have the PAW 3950 sensor, which is very nice, pretty latest. Now if you don't get the major version, you will get the 3395. If you want the 3950 sensor, you should go for the major version over here, which I would do recommend more. The 3950 is just a little bit more latest and also better in motion sync capabilities, stuff like that. So yeah, I would recommend the 3950 more. But hey, both sensors are pretty good, no problems with them. Both are pretty fast and latest. Now how about the polling rates over here? The major variation has double 8K, so you can do 8K hertz on wireless and on wired. Now the non-major is also capable of 8000 hertz, but only for the wireless. For the wired, it's only 1000 hertz, which is still pretty fine. I don't really use my wireless mouses that much on wired, but yeah, it is a nice option to have the capabilities of 8000 hertz when it's wired. Maybe you're charging it and you suddenly want to play, or it dies mid-game, then yeah, pretty nice. 8000 hertz on both wireless and wired, pretty fast. They're also talking about their transmission technology, which they call Smart Speed X Wireless. So that's pretty cool. Now for the battery life, I don't really see any numbers or time, but I do see the size. If you get the major over here, which I got, it is the 200 milliampere hour battery in here. Now if you want a larger one, you should get the plus one, but again, it's heavier. It is the 500 milliampere hour battery on the plus variations. I don't really need that big of a battery, but it's always a nice option to have that. I do have the 200 milliampere hour battery over here though. But anyways, enough with the numbers, enough with the specs. Let's actually go ahead and test them out in game and see how they feel like, how responsive are they. And yeah, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. There it is. It's making a green light. Looks pretty cool. But okay, as you can see, it is working. Very nice. Now for the software, apparently it supports ATKV hub. So I have it over here. Let's do Windows, install it, run it. Here it is, it's detected, but I think we are on Chinese language. English. Okay, found you. So this is how you change it. You go to the setting, the three dashes over here on top left, setting, and yeah, the globe over here. Okay, we do have auto start, minimize, on close, firmware tool, pair receiver, RS7 RGB firmware tool. Let's go ahead and connect this, change the functions if you want. For the DPI, I'm on 800. I usually use 1600, but yeah, you can also add levels and go up to 36,000 per set. So I'm guessing this is performance settings. Okay, for the polling rate, it's currently on 1K, go up to 8000 hertz. Now this is the recommended computer if you're gonna be using the 8000 hertz polling rate, and I'm guessing this is the monitor to 40 hertz. But yeah, this is what they recommend. It's kind of on Chinese, in Chinese. Yeah, over here, as you can see, 3600X and above, 2060, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and refresh rate above 240 hertz for the monitor. But that's the recommended. You can still use this even though you do have lower settings or lower PC over here. It will also highly depend on the game you're playing. One thing I can vouch for though is the 240 hertz refresh rate over here. That's a pretty nice recommendation. But okay, we do have motion sync over here. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that on because if you have a 3950 sensor, it doesn't really affect the performance much. The motion sync, when it comes to the delay, it doesn't add any delay. But yeah, it does make the movements of your mouse though smoother and improved for accuracy. For the sleep setting, I'm gonna do 2 minutes over here. Lift off distance, we can do 0.7, 1, or 2 millimeters. I'm pretty happy with 1. What if you turn this off? Okay, it automatically goes to 0.7. Okay, now for the key debounce delay, you can set this to 1 milliseconds because this is an optical switch anyway. But yeah, if you do experience any double clicking, you can make this higher, but I don't think you will. Now line correct, I'm guessing this is angle snapping. Pretty similar to that. Ripple correct, ripple control. ATK what? Okay, we do have long range mode, enhances wireless performance at long distance but slightly increased power consumption. Sure. This one, what is this? Hold up, let me translate this. ATK absolutely cover firmware professional gaming mode. After turning on, the sensor performs at its best with theoretical delay of 0. So this just says more power consumption but faster performance. Okay, let's do that as well. Let me turn that on. Yeah, this is gonna be for my settings over here. Next, we do have other settings, the mouse firmware as well. Make sure that that is updated, and if it's not paired your mouse, make sure you do that over here. You can also do a factory reset. Preview appearance, okay, we do have white and black. I do have white, so why not? Okay, very nice. Now I'm pretty sure this is the onboard configuration, so this should save even if I close the software. But okay, I have the Razer polling rate tester over here, MAD 8K dongle, graph scale to 8000, and let's go ahead and see how accurate this is. Hold up. It dropped because I repositioned my mouse. But yeah, it is pretty consistent on 7900. I'd say it's accurate to 8000, as you can see. Ignore these drops over here. It's because I stopped moving the mouse. But yeah, it is pretty accurate. 8000 hertz, no problems with the polling rate. Very nice. Now let's go ahead and test this out in game. You're in smoke.
Lên nào rồi, lên nào rồi. Bắn hit, lên nào.
Right on the left. Flashing.
One enemy remaining.
It's easier every time. I see you.
What is confidence?
So long. Stick around.
Oh shoot. This day will be remembered. I pray and hope that you enjoyed the clips. There was some deadlock clips over there. And to be honest, I'm kinda new to the game still, so I don't even know if the clips were good. But yeah, I was able to use the mouse. It felt pretty good tracking with it, aiming with it. Felt very nice. But yeah, here's my experience so far with the MAD R Major. Other than the deadlock gameplay, you also saw me play Valorant. I played in ranked, I think it was Immortal Lobbies. Very nice, I was able to kill. I'm also able to get top frag with this mouse. Very, very nice. As you can see, it didn't hold me back from playing my best. And I just love how lightweight this mouse is. And another thing that probably made the mouse a little bit lightweighter, I don't think I mentioned it, but I did apply some TJ exclusive plastics skates over here, dot skates. I'll have a more detailed review of these skates in the future video. But yeah, I really love the experience of the mouse with these skates. But yeah, the skates also that came with the mouse is pretty good. You can also use that. No problems with those. I also didn't feel the need to put some grips because the coating on this is amazing, as I mentioned earlier. It is great, bro. Gaming with it, clicking, it just felt pretty instant. Flicking with it as well, the 8000 hertz felt very responsive. I like it. Everything about this mouse is just crazy. This is definitely one of my most favorite budget mouses out there, because considering the price as well, that is crazy for this weight, for this performance, for this coating, for the shape. I just love everything about this mouse. even the price. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it, especially if you're looking for a budget gaming mouse that has a lot of good specs, that has good performance, that also has pretty good price, and also pretty good weight as well. I really love it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and put this mouse first link in the description. You can go ahead and use my discount code MIGSS in the store if you want some discount. The discount code also works for the whole Mini X PC store, by the way. And by the way, a little disclaimer, this mouse is sent to me by Mini X PC, but that won't change my review of this mouse. Everything that you've been hearing are my honest opinions and review. And also, by the way, if you want to check out the skates, I might as well put them in the description as well. You can also use my discount code MIGSS. But yeah, anyways, I'll go and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.